to the toilet museum today, and now the first joke that anyone would make going to the toilet museum would be like, "Oh, I don't actually use one of the toilets."
I guess, yeah.
So someone actually had.
What?
Yeah, there was one. And it had like flies and everything on it as well. Like, so there was like a statue of shit, and on top of it was actual shit with flies on it.
Nice.
And do you want to take a guess as to why this toilet museum was created? And I think I'll give you a hint. You're gonna like the reason why.
I'm gonna like the reason why. Wow, that's a loaded statement.
Okay, if you were mayor of a city, and you for some reason decide to make a toilet museum, what would be one of the reasons why you would do it?
Really, I really don't know. I want to make a joke about like something, a shitty opponent or the shitty council or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's not standing out for me. I don't know.
Well, Mr. Toilet, as he was known.
Sure.
Seriously, like says the thing. This guy who also started the World Toilet Association. He created the toilet museum. Now, I'll give you a hint. Something happened in 2002 that you would have enjoyed.
Is it the World Cup?
It is. Literally, the reason given was to try to get a World Cup game to his city.
Okay. All right. So he decided a toilet museum was the way to get the World Cup to come to his city, and he built a toilet museum. All right.
As you do.
Yeah, I mean that's crazier ideas have happened. Come through, I suppose. But all right. So I take it the World Cup didn't attract any World Cup visitors, though.
Oh, it did. They held the 2001 FIFA Confederations Cup with Brazil playing France.
Wow.
They also held Australia versus South Korea.
Exciting.
And you definitely watched one of these games because Ireland played Spain in their thing.
To date, that is Ireland's last World Cup game. They haven't played a World Cup game since.
And so Ireland's last World Cup game was influenced by a man, Mr. Toilet, starting a toilet museum. In fact, you could even say, because according to this on Wikipedia, they lost in penalties 3-2, right?
Yes, correct.
Meaning that close enough that actually playing in a different stadium could have been the difference between winning. So ultimately, Mr. Toilet opening toilet museum influenced Ireland's last World Cup game.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. It's an interesting side story to that World Cup game 20 years ago that, we all thought we were over. And
when I go to Ireland, I'm going to be telling people how Mr. Toilet influenced Ireland's World Cup hopes.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell people, Ireland could have won the World Cup if it wasn't for Mr. Toilet, and then go into massive detail as to...
You know how it is. The draw was really kind to us, and we could have, if we got past that round, I think we would have done really well. But no, we didn't because of the penalties, and that probably only happened because of that city and that stadium. And anyway, we're not bitter.
You miss one penalty, make one more. all of a sudden, you're knocked out the next week. But
Yeah. I mean, that's what would have happened.
Or they could have won
the entire thing. They probably would have beaten the Brazilian team that had Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Cafu, all the greats.
Well, if you look at it, so I'm looking at the thing. The next thing, all you had to do is beat South Korea the next game.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
Then I think Turkey in the game after, or something like that. And then you go.
Then you had to play Germany.
Easy. Beat them all the time. Then it's Brazil. No problem. So, what have you? So yeah, and basically this is not where I thought the podcast was going to go today. I didn't think we were going to be discussing the torment of the last 20 years of not beating Spain in that penalty shootout. But here we are.
How's
the Toilet Museum, Mr. Toilet. You and I need a chat.
Well, you can't because he's passed away now. But
well, I'll see you in the afterlife, sir.
It was actually quite a unique place on multi levels. Like, it's a place where it looks like the museum and the toilet is like a 10-story building in the pictures, and then you go there and it's like a standard house. So it's like it is a massive toilet shaped building, but it's like not a giant like office building like it looks on photos.
I mean, it's giant for a toilet, so I think that's so. I mean, for a toilet museum, what kind of exhibits do they have? I don't know.
Toilets. Toilets from around the world, ancient toilets, toilet exhibits, recreations of toilets.
Do they have an exhibit of toilet of the future, that kind of thing? Or
there was a space toilet for kids to use. They actually had a kid's slide where you slide down the toilet. It's kind of everything you would expect of it. They had merch, so they had but unfortunately the merch wasn't that broad. Like, there was a tote bag you could have bought with Mr. Toilet on it and a couple of mugs, but that was about it. I was gonna buy something, but then it wasn't expansive enough for my liking.
Yeah, they need to up their merch game for sure.
Now, the toilet, the actual toilet at the Toilet Museum was pretty amazing. First of all, the first time I've ever seen anywhere in the world a floor map of the toilet. So like you would get of a house map, right? Of a toilet. Now, when someone says something like that, you're thinking like, oh, this is going to have like 20 stalls or something. We're talking 3 cubicles and 3 urinals, all mapped out, and also a sign that says "You are here" on a toilet of that size, which is probably the size of a hotel room. It had a sign of "You are here" to give you reference of where you were.
Nice. Yeah.
In case you somehow were wondering where you were.
I always find when I walk into a toilet, so I'm like, what's going on? Where do I go? How do I know? Why isn't there a map?
Yeah.
Number one thing I'm looking for.
It's, somehow they came up with the map, and I don't know how more toilets aren't doing this.
Yeah, for sure.
They had a poo library for kids to read books on poo.
Well, you can make your own jokes about that one. That's too easy.
Yeah. They also had what was very weird. There was like a story thing on the wall of characters and whatever, and it said there are also special people that like hang out looking for kids in there.
What?
Which really, yeah. I was reading the thing of like, one, someone creepy could really take this the wrong way and use it to their advantage. But two, it's just creepy anyway.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that. Like, people just hanging out waiting for kids. What?
To talk to them about toilets.
Yeah. Let me take you into the toilet. I want to show you some stuff. No, I'm good.
But yeah, it had like ancient toilets, like ancient urinals, women's toilets from the past, men's toilets from the past, royal family toilets.
Important.
So they did actually have portable toilets. So the royal families in the past could take their toilets with them, much like our beloved King Charles still does.
You say beloved. But yeah, I mean, that's one way to spend an afternoon. Looking at old toilets.
I mean, it did take us an hour and a half to get there too, so it's not like it's
wow. I mean, it's one of those unique experiences that probably you can only get.
It actually says on there that he's the only toilet theme park in the world. So this is very unique.
It seems like we need to start our own toilet theme park and just be the second.
To get
just have a rivalry with them.
Just to get another World Cup game.
Yeah, just be like, we're rivaling you now as the best toilet themed theme park thing.
And we want to be the president of the World Toilet Association now.
Yeah, for sure.
And just use like some local park as our next World Cup home game.
Yeah, I think we could. I mean, if the Ireland team are involved, they're awful right now. So, as I said, it's been 20 years since they've been in a World Cup, so they won't even know what it's like. So they'll be like, oh, it's changed. It's good.
Yeah. If only Mr. Toilet had changed things, think of what could have been.
Think of how different the world would be if Ireland had gone on to win the World Cup. The whole world would be changed. So
it actually would. I'm sure the flow-on effect. If Mr. Toilet hadn't have built that museum,
there would be at least 1 million extra Irish people who are approximately 20 years of age now. just saying.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
Well, I mean, yeah, this one thing that reminds me a little of Ireland is that the drinking culture here is fairly strong amongst old people. It's really like everywhere else you see young people getting wasted and like stumbling in the streets. Here it's like, yeah, old people. Yesterday there was a woman passed out on the train and her husband was like helping her out. There's been multiple like old men just stumbling around. Even just before like walking from that bus, there was an old guy that nearly walked into me because he was like hobbling backwards and forwards. And we're talking like 60-year-old men in suits.
I fully intend to do that when I'm that age. I'm just going to be stumbling down the street, bumping into people.
Insult.
And that's like my life goal. So maybe Korea is the place to do it. I don't know.
Yeah. And then so we went to this like old village today, and as we walk in, they're handing out free things of wine, which on its own is kind of weird. But in front of us, there was this old couple, and they went back for like eighths. Like, they just kept putting the thing there. And this is like free trying things to try to get you to buy it. So normally, like, one, they'd be like, okay, that's enough now, go. But the guy was just kept topping them up. So they just kept staying there.
Nice. Yeah, that's what we got to do. We got to go to Korea. We got to walk around these places and get free wine.
Yeah.
No going and paying for your alcohol. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a unique place.
I love it. Going back for more. Like not once, but like 8 times.
Yeah, it just kept going in. Yeah, it was yeah. And then on the street they have the women in tents, and so they have like the red light district where they're behind glass things.
Sure.
But next to that, there's ones where they're on the street in like a one-person tent, just waiting for men.
So if you take on their services, you hire them for the amount of time for the activities, you go into the tent and.
Well, no, it's like a one-person tent. Like you would only get one person, so they obviously go somewhere else.
Okay.
Possibly where the glass things are, because they have them with the glass things, right? And they're like just standing there in like revealing clothes. One was just wearing a bra, for example. Others in like skimpy outfits. Anyway, and they've got like bright pink or red lights. But then half of them have the blinds closed. So I'm assuming that that's when they get a customer. They just close it and
off you go. Yeah,
do it there. Yeah,
do business. Yeah.
But it's different to other places in that like the only people on the streets there are either them, if you can consider them, but or there's men that are clearly like pimps or security that are just standing watching God. It's like completely dead except for the odd guy that's just like massive compared to everyone else and just standing there.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess. I guess they have to have security and stuff, but
yeah. Well, yeah, they obviously don't want crazy stuff, people coming down. But yeah, there's like no regular people walking down the street, so it's quite a interesting thing. We still haven't figured out how we could film it because it's very, very obvious when they see people coming that like you're the only person on the street and they're looking. Although there was an older guy walking the other day in front of us, and like one of the women, so not only are they like smiling and like trying to wave in, but this woman like was kicking the glass with her foot.
All right. Well, she saw something she liked that she wanted to get some action from, I guess. But maybe it was a wallet. She was like, "Oh, that's a nice wallet. It's got a lot of money in it." But yeah,
well,
that's
the other thing is that they're not very attractive either, and they're caked in makeup. Like
that's always a problem.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah. If you're gonna go into I guess you would like to, if you're going that route, you want someone who's attractive. That's why you're paying money. I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah. And then near that, last night I was just walking and there's like random old ladies on the side of the street, and two of them like they said something to me, but I don't know, because I don't speak the local language, I don't know what they're going on about, but it's very clear that it's like, yeah.
They were making propositions. They were
not for them. I feel like for other.
I don't know. There's a whole market there. You're like, do you like grannies? Do you like gilfs?
Well, we haven't been handed the brochures, but we've seen them on the floor, like either brochures or business cards with like it's clearly like a woman or whatever, and it'll have a price on there. And
yes, I would imagine that's that is something that you will want to take home as a souvenir of your visit.
Except it's on the floor, and I'm not going to pick it up off the floor.
just like keep walking past them until they give you a brochure. Be like, turn around, come back, get a brochure.
Yeah, but I know none of them have been handing them out, or we haven't seen any of that. So,
okay.
All the old ladies we've seen handing stuff out have been like restaurants or other legitimate businesses.
Fine. All right. Well, just be on the lookout. Get that souvenir.
Yeah. Yeah, in Vegas, they used to like, I took them for like a souvenir once, and in like 50 meters, I had like a whole stack of them.
Nice.
But supposedly the ones on the thing are not that. But also there, apparently, like the price is absurd as well.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, well, let's get into some stories. So,
sure.
When is it not acceptable to stop up at the pub on the way home?
That sentence doesn't make any sense. When is it not acceptable?
I think you're going to agree in this case that it is.
I don't know. When is it not acceptable to go to the pub on the way home?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got me stumped, but all right, let's hear it.
Okay, well, what about if you just bought a plane?
If you just bought a plane?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cause for celebration, right? So you can...
So you drive the plane to the pub.
I mean, no.
When you don't have a license.
I would presume you would leave the plane in the airport area. So... if you're going home.
In busy traffic too.
So I'm just after buying a plane and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to fly to the pub. I'm going to drive it down the road to the pub.
No,
whatever.
Not fly. We're driving down the road.
All right. Even better. Yeah, I mean, look, in that case, you should probably go get your car and then go to the pub. It's way safer to be drunk driving a car than a plane.
With a license.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you have a license, all the better. If you don't have one, just take off, fly away, literally get out of there as quickly as you can.
Well, yeah, a 37-year-old man was charged in relation to him taxiing a propeller-driven Beechcraft two-seater aircraft minus the wings. Okay, so he didn't have the wings, so he couldn't fly.
That's a problem.
Yeah. So he went to the hotel, which is a pub, at about 2:10 p.m. on a Friday. It'll be alleged that he just bought the aircraft from a private residence and was taking it home on the other side of town, but stopped at the pub. An examination was found to have an exposed fuel line hanging from the side of the aircraft. So, attached to an unsecured jerry can inside the cabin to enable the engine to run. So, there's just random petrol.
Oh, yeah, that sounds really safe. I think he had done he knew what he was doing.
That's the unsafe part of this.
Yeah. Wow, that's quite an idea right there. You buy a plane, drive it home, but then it's in a condition.
Well, he did also stop the aircraft and leave the engine in a potentially dangerous condition with the ignition on.
This guy is either our new hero or a fucking idiot. Maybe both. I'm not sure.
Well, he doesn't hold a pilot's license, so I guess he didn't know what to do. Yeah, for sure. Maybe he was afraid if he turned it off, it wouldn't come back on again. It's just I'm just going in for a quick drink or 5. Just it'll be fine. Or maybe he was out partying. Saw an ad on Facebook for a used plane. Minor damages, missing wings.
Yeah.
Fuel is actually just in a jerry can waiting. And it was $10 on nearest offer. And he's like, you know what? I need this.
He was his crush was in the bar. He was like, you know what? This will fucking impress her. They're going to get me a plane.
Want to fly private home? Just down the road. That's okay.
Yeah,
if I can fly you home private, will you sleep with me? The
answer to that is always yes. So I feel like that's why he jumped in.
Well, it could be there is absolutely no way you will. So yes, I will. And then he's like, well, you just wait and see.
That sounded like a yes to me. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I feel like the problem here is that he just hadn't planned it out properly, and figured out how to make sure the engine was safe. Other than that, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah.
Well,
I never take my plane down to the pub. Just for if anyone's wondering, that's not my plane. That is driven down there all the time.
Yeah, I have my pilot do it.
Yeah, it's all good.
He drinks with me because I buy his.
Oh, it's just a perk of his job. It's all fine.
All right. Well, how much do you think Australia's most expensive cocktail costs?
I don't know. Like $500.
You are way off. How many beers do you reckon you could buy? Say like a bottle of beer. How many of them do you reckon you could buy for Australia's most expensive cocktail?
125.
So you can buy 6,792 bottles of beer, or you can buy this one cocktail.
Is this a cocktail that like gives you a BJ as well, or what happens? Because I'm not, like, my maths is not great, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be super expensive.
$15,000 for one cocktail.
50? Like, does it give you superpowers? What? What the hell?
Well, it's made by world-renowned mixologists.
Sure. Name one world-renowned mixologist. One.
Dean and Nancy.
Without not mentioning the article.
Joe from the local pub.
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so tell me more about this magical cocktail.
So Dean and Nancy have created a rare old-fashioned cocktail using a list of luxury ingredients.
Okay.
It contains whiskey, bitters, and water.
Okay.
And as well as containing a cognac from a limited edition $3,000 bottle of the world's finest bourbon, which is pretty cheap when you consider how much this one cocktail costs. Yeah. It also includes a host of other seriously bougie mixes. So top of the list is a gold-infused Chateau de Wiquim, a superior French wine from the Sauternes Gironde region in the southern part of Bordeaux, and a bottle of which will set you back over $500 in Australia. So I don't know how this is getting to 15 grand, but these two liquid golds are topped with saffron, vanilla bitters, and specially engraved ice. They engrave the ice as you do.
That's a fucking waste of time.
Look, regular people
do they engrave dollar signs onto it?
Drinking unengraved ice is for scum. If your ice doesn't have your initials on it, I mean, you're probably too poor to continue living. I
mean, it's fine. It's fine. But so far, I'm still not figuring out where there's 15 grams worth of a drink here.
Well, it says before the piece de resistance is added, actual flakes of 24 karat gold.
I mean, all right. So, I'm not lining up for this cocktail, by the way. It doesn't sound like my kind of thing.
I reckon if they price it at $14,999, they might get more people.
Do they have Black Friday offers where it's like 75% off? Because in that case,
even then,
in that case, it's still too expensive. But where are they selling such a drink? Like what establishments? Is it like a fancy schmancy hotel or like just some regular bar?
Obviously, it's going to be a fancy hotel. It's not going to be some like local shithole.
Is it that bar we went to one time where there was nobody in it, like no staff? Nothing's just open, but nobody's there.
No, that's too high quality there. It's just some local pub that.
True.
Yeah, after years of lockdowns and missing out, we're finding out our guests are eager to splurge, particularly if it's for an experience they can't get elsewhere.
I feel like, I'm totally down with making my entire year's income by mixing like 10 drinks. That's fine by me. So if anyone wants to come to my house, I can get you some whiskey and gold flakes, not a problem.
Now, I may have this may expose my lack of knowledge of world-renowned mixologists. Because it turns out Dean and Nancy is the bar.
Okay, well, there you go.
Because it quotes the leading bartender and venue manager at Dean and Nancy.
And is this like in Sydney or in Melbourne, or where is it?
It's a cross between that and so it's both that bar and in Sydney and Melbourne's Sky Bar.
Okay, all right. So two places.
No, I've never been to either of them. Barely even knew that either existed.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, it's on the bucket list.
Not really.
Going to be like, you know that drink you make that's 15 grand? Can I have like $10 worth of it, please? Can I smell it?
That's like if you get to like Mr. Beast level, where you're actually actively looking for stupid things to spend money on. That is kind of the only way that you would.
I really think what we should do is go to these bars, both of them, order one each of those drinks, and then when they put them on the bar, be like, what the fuck is that? I wanted a Carlton. What did you make that for? And they're like, oh, that's 15 grand. You're like, no. Do I look like I spent 15 grand on a drink? No, sir. So there you go. That's my idea to get this drink. But yeah, who's paying $15,000 for one drink? That's
the leading bartender and venue manager said it was a unique drink, stating that while he acknowledged the price tag is big, it's worth every dollar.
Is it though? Because if you go for a drink, you're probably really going for 2 or 3 drinks. So who's bringing 50 grand with them? How much do you tip on a $15,000 drink order?
True, you don't tip.
I know you don't hear either. I think
in places like that you meant to, but even still,
you feel like I'm buying a $15,000 drink. I'm going to throw you $2. Thanks.
Here's $1. Spend it on something wise.
Yeah. Start your savings account today, and you could be like me, ordering drinks that you can't afford. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. That's wild. That's wild. What's the? I think the most expensive drink I ever had is probably like $20 at some concert or something.
I think I had one once that was like 50, but it was like a big thing, and I'm pretty sure they called it a zombie. Like it was meant to be like the one drink would be enough to like knock you out.
Yes, that would probably be a thing. Yeah. So, all right, yeah, that's a wild
and
one.
I'm pretty sure that even when I ordered it, like the bartender was like, "Are you sure you want this?"
Was there gold flakes in it? What? We need to check this out. I don't, because how many beers could you have had for that? You could have had like 15, 16 beers. It's crazy. It could be your whole evening out.
Yeah, so. The reporter though got to taste it. So they blew 15 grand on this reporter.
They probably only gave them half a portion, so like 7.5 grand.
She says, despite having a little flair on the tongue, I wasn't hit in the face by the taste of liquor, which certainly makes this drink taste expensive. It's super smooth to drink, almost velvety, and goes down a little too easily for a drink that costs 2/3 of my yearly rent.
All right. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's how we get it. We pretend we're journalists writing a story about the most expensive drinks in Australia.
Yeah, it's going to be the new thing.
I think we should do it. And ask them, can we get a special discount for our listeners? Anyone who quotes, I like to have my bum tickled, will get 98% off the price of the drink.
Anyone who quotes Mr. Toilet cost Ireland the World Cup.
All right, we left that story behind. All right, we don't need to. We don't need to keep bringing it up. It's painful enough. 20 years later.
We need to make sure that everyone knows. I will not rest until everyone in Ireland knows that Mr. Toilet cost them the World Cup.
I mean, we'll just pretend it's okay. It's okay. I mean, Guinness is going to sell. The shares are going to go up. That's for sure.
They said that this is the Australia's most expensive cocktail and the world's second most expensive. The most expensive cocktail in the world is the Ritz-Carlton Tokyo's Diamonds Are Forever Martini, priced at $29,600.
Oh yeah, I've had one of those. They're really nice.
Imagine you order one of these and you accidentally knock it over. That's $5,000 on your shirt that you just spilled.
Yeah. Imagine you ordered it accidentally and you drank it and they were like, sir, you owe us 30 grand. They're like, what?
I'll be canceling my credit card.
Yeah, it said 30 on the thing. No, it said 30K. Oh, shit.
I'm going to dispute that charge. And
yeah. I need a charge back, please. They're not refunding me. It was a drink. That would be a fun call to Amex.
Yeah. Well, on that note, most people on Earth are probably going to be actually able to buy one soon because did you know you're about to become a billionaire?
I did, but that's just because I'm working so hard at becoming one. Criminal activities and all.
Yeah, well, NASA has confirmed that a mission to explore asteroids could make everyone on Earth a billionaire.
Yeah, I always knew if I just sat back and waited for NASA to explore an asteroid, I'd become a billionaire. It's like I was telling people for years, just wait. I'm going to be a billionaire because of NASA. Thanks very much.
Yes, yeah. Dreams come true.
How are they going to pay? What's going to happen is because of that article, there's going to be like emails going, collect your $1 billion from NASA. Just send us your bank account details and we'll put in the money for you.
But then if everyone has $1 billion, it kind of like defeats the purpose as well.
Yeah. If everyone has $1 billion, no one has $1 billion because it's worth fuck all.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's going to be no billionaires working at Starbucks or McDonald's or whatever. So there'd be nobody there to make products and stuff. So you can't have everyone be a billionaire.
Imagine being a billionaire who has to clean dirty toilets.
It's like the most ironic way prayers are answered. Like, I want to be a billionaire. All right, but you're going to still have to clean shitty toilets.
In fact, you're going to have to do it more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty cool that there's all this like just gold floating around out in space that they can obtain and make everyone a billionaire. But
the asteroid is thought to be exposed core of an early planet worth a mind-boggling 8,000 quadrillion pounds. Yeah,
that's enough. That's enough money for one or two individuals. I mean, I would split it with somebody, no problem. Yeah. I think it's unfair that NASA are taking it. They're the only ones allowed to go and explore this thing. Why can't the rest of us do it as well?
Yeah. So basically, the current global economy is around $74 trillion US. But this has as much iron, nickel, and gold to be 10,000 quadrillion sterling pound. So yeah.
Can't wait to buy all my Lamborghinis and cool things, mansions with swimming pools and stuff. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the article never explains how that means everyone will be a billionaire.
You know what?
The money goes to everyone.
I feel like this is a story where what they actually mean is it could make everyone a billionaire, but we're not giving you the fucking money. So, and that's the part that they've missed out on. You're not going to get the money. It's just it could make everyone a billionaire.
Well, the real story is that they're finding all this these minerals and materials. There's really no way that makes anyone, except for someone who owns something to do with NASA, I guess, money.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, that's why it's like, also, how did NASA know what this thing is made up of? Like, did they send a crew out to test
I understand this, but if I tried to explain it, it would just be too hard for you to understand my explanation. Sure. So,
I am sure, but listen, they got to send us that money so we can get our cocktails, all right? So we got to figure out what's going on here.
What if we buy the cocktails and put it on a credit card and say, it's okay, I'm going to be a billionaire because of NASA? The news told me.
Yeah, that's what I think that's a really good idea. We should do that for sure. Yeah. If you had a week to live and you could just bring your credit card into that hotel, there you go. It's a once in a lifetime experience. And
I'll have 7, please.
One for every one of my personalities. Yeah. Anyways, there you go. If you've got a week to live, that's what you should do.
Well, you'd have time to plan how you want it to be remembered. And this family in this story has decided to remember their father by painting his ghost. So it is a story from the Philippines. And they've decided to paint his coffin, not ghost, I don't know why I said ghost, but anyway, his coffin like Jollibee because he liked to eat Jollibee.
There's nothing like taking your interests into the afterlife with you. Most people have boring wooden or very plain coffins, but no, this dude's going in style as his favorite fast food restaurant. So. Yeah.
Well, it says that, normal people include offerings of flowers and food, usually the favorites of the deceased when they were alive to show that they've not been forgotten. But one family took it a little bit further by painting his coffin.
I mean, respect to that. I'm feeling...
I wonder if you could take it further and start, selling ads on your coffin.
At the funeral, please stop by Jollibee after the service.
This funeral is brought to you by McDonald's. Buy one, get one free on Big Macs for the first 5 people that use Joe's funeral.
Yeah, that's slightly inappropriate of them, but I wouldn't put it past them. I think it's in their future for sure. So, looking forward to that.
I mean, I would sell ads on my coffin just because why not?
What? Why not? You may as well. Yeah, it's all good. I would sell them to the most inappropriate company, so everybody had to be like, "What the fuck." Why is Fleshlight sponsoring Dave's funeral? Because they just are, all right?
all attendees get a free Fleshlight. I want you to remember me the next time you're jerking off.
Well, there we go. Fun times.
Yeah. Well, what's the worst thing that can happen during a proposal?
It depends, because I've seen a lot of things about this where, like, other people have stepped in and stopped the proposal and stuff like that. Probably that is the worst thing. I don't know.
That's not even close.
Like a bear eats a person. Who knows?
Well, a guy was about to propose to his girlfriend, and then he came home early to surprise her and caught her cheating.
I mean, that happens. That's just, if he'd been, considerate and come home at his regular time, he wouldn't have found that out. So it's his problem, not hers.
It's his fault, yeah.
She was being respectful of his time and like doing it when he wouldn't walk in on them. So, yeah, it's his problem. Poor dude.
Yeah, poor dude. Where are we? Oops. I clicked another story and then it lost. Okay. I caught my girlfriend in bed with another guy. Last week I came home early to surprise her with a custom ring I made myself that I've been working on for 4 months. He spent 2 months making a smartphone app just for us that includes all our memories together, all our pictures, our favorite songs, our favorite quotes, all our drawings. 2 full weeks on a drawing that I made of us together, and it was the first drawing that I actually liked how it looks. I told her friends and my friends that I'm proposing to her today and told them to keep it quiet. And everyone, including me, were excited. These stuff are just what I did for the proposal. When we started living together, I changed the painting in the room to her favorite color, lights that change on voice command, and some other stuff. I did all that just to make her happy. Oh. These stuff are stuff you can see. I gave her all my attention, all my time, all my efforts, bought her so many gifts, always stayed with her whenever she needed me.
I'm just gonna put in here, he didn't give her all of his time because he was making a ring, he was making an app, he was drawing pictures. I think he was probably, neglecting her, so she went to this other dude and was like, just fucking once, just give me a good one. And the dude was like, all right. And this dude was like, I'm being the most romantic dude ever. And he wasn't. He was too focused on what he thought was cool, making a ring and stuff like that. Like, did he make it out of a paper clip or something? Because dudes do that. And then we're like, look how sweet I am. And it's like, no, it's not working, dude. Anyway.
Yeah. And I think unless you're like a specialist ring maker.
I think he should have just like brought her to the jewelers. That's probably better and saves you time. And you can bring a design in there, they'll make it for you. So yeah, I think he probably, anyway, other dude was getting some, so.
So he came home with the ring in my hand and all the surprises ready to show her, but saw her with another guy on our bed. I will skip all the stuff I did and just say I kicked them both outside. So this is, again, I think just for that line alone, you deserve the whole thing. Like, this is the most interesting part of this whole thing. Is just like, I'm just going to skip over that.
I mean, it could have been like, so I sat down and watched, and when they were finished, I was like, surprise, fuckers. I mean, there's so many missed opportunities here. I
sat in the corner, jacked off.
I feel like there's a lot going on here. Like, and we're not being I won't tell you the details. Why? We want to know the details. Tell us.
Yeah.
Tell us all those things.
All the details about all the other stuff, but the actual interesting stuff, you're like,
Yeah, that's what we want to know. What happened when they went outside? Did they keep going? Did they finish their session?
Yeah. That's got to be awkward.
Yeah. Neighbors looking on.
Were you like halfway there and then you get stopped and interrupted and now you got to be outside and then you're like,
yeah, the temperature difference is going to affect your performance. I kind of want to
finish
everything. It's so much here. Like it's inconsiderate, really, how this dude came home early and stops them from what they were up to. Anyway.
Oh, I think I left my phone charging. I got to go back.
Exactly. So
yeah, I mean, it's and yeah, just for skipping that, he deserves it. Like, you can't just skip over all the interesting parts.
It's true. We need to know all the details, the fun stuff. That's what we want.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think just your lack of perception on things is why.
Sounds like it. But again, like, if you're going to come home from early, just make sure you call ahead. I'm coming home early. Just if you're doing anything, just, I'm on my way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just be ready in case I'm there.
Just in case you're sleeping with someone and you don't want me to walk in on you guys. I'm coming home, just to be sure.
That would be a fun call just to make, just to be like...
That's what that dude is going to do for the rest of his life. If he's in any new relationship or anything, I'm coming home. Just if you want to tidy up or, make sure there's no one else in my bed. Anyway.
Well, this could be the same guy. A guy fears seeing his ex-girlfriend in public, so he rarely goes out in public anymore.
Okay. I mean, is there a reason? Is she extremely violent or just really ugly and he doesn't want to see her? What's going on?
Well, it says that he dated a girl when he was 19 and they had a messy and confusing relationship. And the breakup was something very traumatizing for him, and he changed a lot when they broke up. He closed himself off from the world and rarely went out and developed a fear of going out because he's scared of bumping into her. Since we broke up in late 2018, I haven't been able to attend social events or do normal people things and interacting with the outside world.
Okay. So, I mean, the good news is a lot of other people couldn't do it over a lot of that time as well. You were just like had to stay indoors and stay away from other people. So,
yeah, he was like almost 2 years into it by then.
Yeah. I feel like, though, there's no need to be afraid of bumping into your ex. You're probably going to be super happy when you do. Because you're like, either, you're going to be like, oh, I'm actually over it. It's totally fine. Seeing her is the best thing that could have happened to me. Or you're going to be like, murdered. It's fine. One of those two things will happen. And either way, you won't have any pain tomorrow. So, yeah, I don't know. I've had some messy breakups, but I've never been that like afraid to see them. It's all fine, Well,
I think that most people could understand like not going to the ex's friend's party or something like that, but
yeah, of course.
But generally in public it's
just like I'm gonna go. Away. Yeah, I'm gonna go downtown, have some beers or whatever with the boys. Gonna go shopping, get some groceries, or
gonna buy a flashlight.
Yeah, you're gonna, go see a hooker or whatever. I mean, you don't have to worry about your ex-girlfriend in these situations. It's all fine.
Going to the red light district where my ex works.
Yeah, I mean, if your plan for going out socializing is like going to the places you used to go with her, you should probably just back off that idea and go to like a different place. Don't be like sitting in her back garden wearing her underwear that was on the washing line. Don't do that.
Just don't get caught.
I mean, okay, fine. Yeah, just be discreet about your kinks. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is a young person, like someone who's like, I know, is 36. And
well, this would be 24 based on the numbers. I would assume.
Okay. Yeah, it's a rough one, but it's fine. They're not. They can't hurt you anymore. Just go and
4 of your first 5 years of being legally allowed to drink and go out.
Yeah, you're allowed to be an adult now. Go and do that. It's fine. Nobody can stop you from doing all the legal things, and even you probably get away with doing some of the illegal things as well. So,
you would know, obviously.
Clearly, I've jaywalked. It's all good. Jaywalked and lived to tell the tale. Oh yeah.
Yeah, very
just
bad.
For any police watching, that's a fake story, just for entertainment purposes.
They actually will crack down on that in Australia randomly. Like in the city, if you jaywalk, you have to make sure that there's actually not police there, because they would actually arrest people.
It's like the worst thing you can do. I mean, you could be selling crack. No, that's not a big deal. You could be plotting some sort of murderous
street.
Yeah, murderous rampage. Nah, that's fine. You plan away, my friend. You jaywalked though on your way to those activities. Throw the book at him, dude.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you jaywalk in front of an ambulance with a dying person in it.
I mean, the streets are for the living, not the dying. So there you go.
Let them die.
You had a good run, all right? It's just, I'm living my life here, so it's all good.
Yeah. Well, what is the best way to deal with a partner cheating on you?
Cheat with the same person and be like, how you like it, bitch?
Well, this woman did something very, very different. This might arguably be the worst way. So what would you think is the worst way to deal with a partner cheating on you?
The worst way is probably violently. I don't know.
That may even be better than this. There's definitely an argument that being violent would actually be more rational than this. Okay. I feel like more people would actually understand someone being violent when they found out that their partner cheated than this.
Okay. So what did they do? I can't.
Do you want to take another stab?
Is it something like, I know, leaving? No, I was going to say leaving the country and living in the depths of Siberia or something. But no, I don't know. It's probably something crazy.
Well, this woman got a face tattoo of the partner.
What?
So he cheated on her, so she got a face tattoo of him. His face on her face.
So he cheated on her, and she got a face tattoo of him on her face.
Yes.
Bad decision. I mean, of all the places to get tattoos, revenge tattoos. That's not the best one. It's gonna be a problem on your new Tinder profile picture. The first question you're going to get asked is, so who's the guy in your face?
It'd be slightly awkward. Imagine. Yeah, God. Imagine dating someone who has their ex tattooed on their face.
Yeah.
Imagine introducing to your parents, this is my new girlfriend. And that's her ex on her face.
It's one of the things I found most attractive about her is the man on her face.
I mean, it does beg the question, if you were dating her, are you secretly into that man? And
I mean, there's going to be times when you're looking at the tattoo going like, hey, dude, do you want to go out? Do you want to go grab a meal? Oh man, it's not going to be comfortable. I think that's probably one of the worst decisions I've heard of. Also, there's better ways to get back at someone for cheating than tattooing their face on your face.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like a revenge affair is the way to go, to be quite honest with you. Instead of tattoo faces. Mashups. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
What tattoo artist is like, yes, this is a good idea. I'll do that for you.
I don't know. If you pay enough, you're definitely getting it.
I suppose.
Also, it seems like this would be the type of person that would just tell that as well. Like, oh, yeah, I'm so in love with him, even though he cheated on me.
Maybe, yeah. Every time you look in the mirror, you're like, that fucker cheated on me. Yeah, there's just so many issues here. It's crazy.
But even he has to be like, I don't really want to see my face on your face.
Do you not feel like that's what you would want your now ex to do, is to tattoo you onto their face? Do you not see the love that was put into that? Would that not like make you just be like, yes, that's what I...
No, I don't think that would ever work.
All right then, fine. Some people are weird.
I mean, it's almost what do you even say to it? It's...
I get you.
Well, finally, Pornhub has revealed the most popular searches in every region of the UK.
This should be fun. So,
Scotland. What do you think Scotland is?
I just think everywhere has the same one, which is stepmoms. So
that doesn't even make the list.
What? That's crazy. This list is wrong.
Well, I mean each of the best spots. So Scotland, going from top to bottom. Scotland, solo male.
Okay.
So this is categories watched more often in each region when compared to others. So solo male is watched a lot more in Scotland than anywhere else.
Very interesting. All right.
Northeast, strap on.
All right. Interesting. We're in new territory here for the Northeast. That could be so much. It could be. Anyway, that's good. Let's just get the rest of the regions. See what they're watching.
Now, Northwest are very loyal, so they're into British.
Okay. All right. Maybe expand your horizons there. Don't be so xenophobic. But
Yorkshire and Humber is vintage.
Vintage. All right, cool. Whatever floats your boat.
East Midlands is fisting.
Oh, okay. All right, getting into the kinky.
West Midlands, though, is BBW.
Okay.
Wales is cosplay.
Of course.
Now, east of England, they're into hand job.
They are, very much. So yeah, I'm not surprised by that. I like that there's been no crossover here. Everyone's like,
no. It's when compared to the others. This is categories watched more often in each region when compared to others.
Oh, okay. All right.
These are like the unique things of each area that they're more into than other areas.
Oh, okay.
Now, Greater London is Indian.
Ooh, interesting.
Southeast is into pissing.
Well, yeah, you can tell. That's
Southwest is bondage, so I guess similar. Now, Wales are into cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Northern Ireland is oddly into smoking.
All right. Well, that's a category, I guess.
Yeah. So that's the breakdown of the yeah.
That's the UK. I mean, I'm surprised stepmoms didn't get a mention. And stepsisters and stepbrothers and step everything. You know.
Yeah.
It's just.
I mean, that's just too mundane, I guess.
I think the area that was looking up British, they really need to expand their horizons. That's just, look beyond yourselves to other areas of the porn infrastructure.
I guess the stepmom, stepsister thing could equally be spread across all regions, maybe.
I mean, if you go onto that particular website, you're gonna get hit with some stepmoms. It's just what happens.
Watching it.
The fact that they are the same age as the people in the scenes with them makes no difference, or younger. Still, but it's all.
I really did. I just don't get it. Like, it's one, they're overproduced and obviously fake.
Yeah,
and like, obviously, it's not really their stepmom. Sorry to break the fourth wall, but
I don't know where the rise of the faux incest came from, but it's so big on there.
I don't know if it's like that because the algorithm pushes it that then it's there and then people just click on it.
Maybe.
Like, I mean, I'm sure that like there's a level of interest in that, but like to me, it doesn't seem like it's something that is as big as it's made out to be.
I don't think so. I hope not. But also people are fucking weird, so I'm not ruling it out either. So
Yeah, but that's why you get all these like niche areas, as opposed to that, which you would think would be like, yeah, there are some people into it who are really into it, but you don't think that like it's so broad that everyone's into it. Because the way that it gets pushed is like 60% of people are into it. I'm saying that like maybe 10% of people are into it.
I still think that's a high number.
Like, I reckon as many people looking up British as they are that in reality.
Probably, yeah.
Other than British stepmoms.
I mean, that's a growing genre. For sure. Oh, wow.
I mean, you kind of almost have to have a stepmom and then have them be attractive to kind of like go down this path.
For the most part, you need to have a stepmom who's 24 and yourself be like 24.
So you need your dad to be a bit of a player.
Yeah. Which is, it's rare. It's rare enough. It's not the case in my situation. Anyway, despite what he may think. There you go. Yeah. It'd be good to get like an actual rundown of like the exact number of searches for specific topic or genres and stuff. I think it would be quite like there's definitely somebody doing a college degree right now and their thesis is on the breakdown of porn searches. And for their research, all they're doing is watching Pornhub all day.
Well, they have a link to the thing, and I don't think it actually works here. But you know how certain website that's other the website doesn't even work. So either this hotel blocks it or the country does, which could be either.
Oh, yeah.
Or.
There could be a knock on your door any minute now being like, were you trying to access certain information on the website?
No, but like seriously, it gets blocked. And then I know at one point the UK brought in some weird law where there's a lot of terms that are blocked in the UK.
Interesting.
Which also has to affect this kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah. Shout out to the people of Korea who can't even access it.
And now we mention our sponsor, VPN company. If you want to watch adult material, but you're in Korea, get this VPN.
Whoa. It's one of the few countries that explicitly prohibits any form.
Any form?
Yeah. So I just tried to break the law here.
So you realize we have just killed the tourism industry to South Korea.
You can build a museum to toilets.
You can.
And knock Ireland out of the World Cup.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But you, can't look at porn.
But also, they have like a red light district.
Which I believe is illegal.
Oh, okay.
Operates but still, hence why they have the big men there. But still, it's obviously there.
Yeah.
You don't have to search much to see a random woman in a tent on the street.
Which is the giveaway sign that you're in the right area. Wow, there you go. I did not know that, but now I do.
I mean, I wonder if they support it being banned because it gets some more business.
Probably, yeah. It's probably a good thing for them.
Yeah, wow.
Just the union getting around and be like, we just got to keep this porn ban going on.
The prostitution union.
Yeah. Any new business? No, we're keeping those porn bastards out of here.
They're trying to take our jobs. They want to take our union jobs. We've fought hard for our union.
It really comes to trouble when it's like, sorry, union mandated break right now. We got to stop doing what we're doing. 15 minutes.
Down, everybody. And they have the union foreman and whatever overviewing everything.
Oh, yeah. Unions, they get everywhere.
Yep. Just like associations, like the World Toilet Association.
Yeah. Which I'm now
the World Cup.
I'm now quite upset with, but hey, it's fine. We'll survive.
I'm looking up if it. Yeah, it's still running. It has 15 members.
Wow.
In 53 countries.
Well, we've got to try and join. That's the thing.
Even though it started here, they have the headquarters in Singapore.
Makes sense.
There's also the World Toilet Organization. And they have World Toilet Day. Damn, it's on the 19th. We'd come back on the 19th. We could have been there on World Toilet Day.
There you go. That would have been a spectacular event to document.
He's also the founder of the Restroom Association of Singapore. Mr. Toilet. There's actually a movie about him called Mr. Toilet, the World's Number 2 Man.
That's if you're when you're growing up, that's not what you want the movie of your life to be called. I don't think. I mean, maybe he changed, but yeah, that's bizarre.
The movie is it's like a scripted thing where he has to secure 6 million toilets for the Clean India initiative. It's a drama.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's not what I expected to find out today. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, at least I know now there's a toilet organization that has Mr. Toilet and a movie and is it's inspirational. That's what it is.
There's a World Toilet College too.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can imagine the job interview. Like, so you have a degree from the World Toilet College? Yep. Yeah, so some people are not shy about their loves. Just put it all out there.
Oh wow. It's yeah. Living the dream, I guess.
Wow. Well, there's so much to ponder this week, and including the 2002 Ireland versus Spain round of 16 penalty shootout, and Mr. Toilet's influence on that game. So
I actually cannot wait to just tell random people, like a MLM person or a we got stopped the first night by some religious person from America, I guess, and like she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a student. Do you mind if I talk to you quickly?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then she's like, "Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about the mother god or something." And then I was like, "Ah, no, that's okay." And then yeah.
You don't want to hear about the mother god? Oh my god, you are missing out.
I already know everything about it.
No, you need more information. I think
I'm gonna approach everyone in in Ireland and be like, "Do you have a moment to speak about Mr. Toilet?"
I can't wait to see how that works out for you. I'm excited for that event.
It actually would be an amazing video to just go up to random people and just be like, "Excuse me, sir, do you have a moment to speak about Mr. Toilet?"
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
At 2 a.m. as people are leaving pubs.
Why not? I think what would happen is some of them would be like, "This is amazing. I'm instantly booking a ticket to Korea." And they would just whip out their phones and book tickets because they'd be drunk and able to do it. So
South Korea needs to sponsor that video because I feel like we're going to bring a lot of Irish people.
The World Toilet Organization needs to, or Toilet Museum needs to do it as well. So, yeah. Well, see, I feel like next year is going to be a difficult one. Anyway, all good. Well, enjoy the rest of your trip out there, and
thank you.
Have enjoy all of the things. I can't wait to find out more about your trip.
It's going to be wild, yes.
Sure. All right, man.